Alrighty, folks, we're now hitting at 70% in our last 10 board member picks on my premium page. We had the Royals yesterday, money line, and they got the job done in dramatic fashion. Of course, it was MJ Melendez who hit that 3-run pitch hit homer to give the Royals the victory in the ninth. They were down 2-0 going into the final frame. And if you want to see, actually, they were down to their final out as well when he hit that. And if you want to see which one of these plays on this video here today that I actually like the best, I do have another board member play going off here today. And if you sign up for that package here today, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my Major League Baseball free pick video here today for Monday, August 5th, 2024. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Let's get this new week started off good. And of course, if you don't know who I am, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to start off with the Mets at the Cardinals. That'll be a 5:15 Eastern first pitch. Now, both teams are minus $110, pretty much a coin flip in this one. Totals 8.5 runs. Andre Polani for the Cards, Sean Manaea for New York. And the lefty Manaea is 7-4 on the year with an ERA in the threes. Now, Manaea has also punched out 112 batters. Of course, at the plate, this is one of the best road-hitting teams in the game. The Mets average more runs a game away from home than any other lineup in the Bigs besides one. Lindor's got the most hits in the clubhouse, Nimmo with the most RBI. And they're facing Andre Polani, who has a losing record and an ERA in the fours. And I'll tell you what, these Redbirds pitchers, they've definitely struggled with the Mets in recent gatherings. They allowed over 5.4 runs a game in their last 10 meetings. And for some reason, the Cards have given up a bunch of base runners at Busch Stadium this year. They're actually in the bottom 5 of the National League in hits allowed at home. And speaking of home games, 5 out of St. Louis's last 6 at Busch Stadium got over the total. They're also 8-2 to the over in their last 10 at any location. Of course, 5 out of New York's last 7 Sean Manaea starts got over the line themselves. Give the Mets minus $1.10, over 8.5. Next game, D-backs, Guardians, 6:40 p.m. East. Arizona's $1.20 on the road, totals 8.5. Zach Gallen for the D-backs, Logan Allen for Cleveland. And, of course, both organizations with some real good bats this year. Cleveland's a top 5 run-producing team at home in the American League, doing a great job at Progressive Field. Of course, Arizona on the other side, they're in the top 5 in hits per game. Now, 3 out of the D-backs' last 4 road games did get over the total. They're also 8-2 to the over in their last 10 at any location. Now, Cleveland on the other side, they saw 4 out of their last 5 at Progressive Field get over the line. I like the over 8.5. Next matchup, Reds, Marlins, 6:40 Eastern first pitch. Cincinnati's $1.45, totals 8.5. Nick Martinez for Cincinnati, Rod Munoz for Miami. And I'll tell you what, Munoz is just 2-5 with an ERA of 5.45. And these Marlins pitchers allow more runs a game at home than any other staff besides one. But it ain't just pitching that's hurt the fish. Their bats have been quite pitiful. They're dead last in the National League in runs per game. And they're going to face Nick Martinez, who has an ERA in the threes along with a 1.13 whip. And I'll tell you what, these Cincy pitchers have been impossible to hit against away from home. They actually allow fewer hits a game than any other staff in the league. Now, Farmer's got an ERA in the twos along with a 1.11 whip. That's, of course, out of the bullpen. And Suter's got a 1.19 whip in relief. Now, injury-wise, Austin Wynn's out for the Reds. Dane Myers inactive for Miami. Give me the Reds, minus 145. All right, next matchup, Giants-Nationals, 6:45 East. San Francisco's $1.90, totals 9. Logan Webb for the Giants, Patrick Corbin for Washington. The Corbs are just 2-11 with an ERA close to 6. Of course, at the plate, the Nats just have not been good enough in the nation's capital. They're a bottom 10 run-producing team at home in the league. And they're going to face Logan Webb, who's punched out 121 batters and also has an ERA in the threes. And I'll tell you what, this San Francisco pitching staff is in the top 3 in the bigs in strikeouts per 9 on the road. Walker's got a sub-1 whip out of the bullpen. Rogers with a 1.10 whip in relief. They actually have 6 or so relievers with sub-120 whips. Really doing good out of the bullpen. Now, total-wise, 6 out of the Giants' last 10 meetings with Washington did fall under the total. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. Give me the Giants -1.5, under 9. Next game, Astros Rangers, 8:05 East. Houston's $1.25, totals 8. Hunter Brown for the Stros, Andrew Heaney for the Rangers. And both teams with some negative qualities that make this one tough to handicap. Starting with Texas, they've had their issues at the plate this year. And for Houston on the other side, starting pitcher Hunter Brown's definitely allowed his fair share of earned runs. Now, total-wise, some more conflicting factors that make this one tough to pick. You know, for the Astros, they saw 6 out of their last 10 ball games stay under the total. But the Rangers on the other side went 9-1 to the over in their last 10 themselves. So if you want to see whether I'm making a play on the money line total or against the run line in this one, this game is being featured as my MLB tier package pick on my premium site. But as far as making a free play is concerned, I have no free pick for you for that game. All right, next contest, Twins, Cubs, 8:05 Eastern start time. Minnesota's $1.20, totals 8. David Festa for the Twins, Kyle Hendricks for Chicago. And I'll tell you what, I really can't back Hendricks in this spot here. He's 3-9 with an ERA close to 7. And out of his last 7 starts, the Cubs were shut out 3 times. And they're actually held to just 1 run twice during that span. That's all during that short stretch there. And I'll tell you what, that's not overly surprising. You know, the Cubs have struggled getting base runners at Wrigley. They're averaging under 7.3 hits a game on their own field. And they're going to face a Minnesota lineup who's no stranger to rounding the base pass. These guys are a top 5 run-scoring team in the American League. Jose Miranda bats .324 with 141 total bases. And Royce Lewis has an OPS in the thousands. Now, injury-wise, Correa and Farmer are out for the Twins. Thomas Nitto's out for the Cubs. 3 out of Chicago's last 4 home games did get over the total. They're also 7-3 to the over in their last 10. Now, 8 out of Minnesota's last 10 outings got over the line themselves. Give me the Twins -$1.20, over 8. Next game, Red Sox, Royals, 8:10 Eastern first pitch. Kansas City's $1.30 at home, totals 10. Brady Singer for the Royals, James Paxton for Boston. And Paxton did not have a great showing in his Boston debut. And he really hasn't been great for most of the season. Definitely allowed his fair share of runs this year. And these Bo Sox pitchers do tend to give up runs away from Fenway. They're actually in the bottom 10 in runs allowed on the road. And they're going to face a KC lineup who pounds the ball at Kauffman Stadium. These guys are actually in the top 3 in runs per game in their own stadium. Bobby Witt Jr. has the highest qualifying batting average in the major leagues, 6th most RBI. And Salvi Perez, he's tied for the club lead in home runs. He's got an on-base percentage of .336. And they're probably not going to need a whole lot of run support with Brady Singer on the mound. The righty's got an ERA in the 2s along with a 1.16 whip. Give me Kansas City -$1.30. Next game, White Sox, Athletics, 9:40 Eastern first pitch. Oakland's $1.80, totals 8. J.P. Sears for Oakland, John Cannon for Chicago. And through 70 innings of work this year, the righty Cannon's recorded only 1 win with an ERA in the 4s. Now, he's also backed by the lowest run-producing lineup in the game. And he's going to face J.P. Sears, who's got 8 wins on the year, along with 92 strikeouts. Now, the A's also got the W in 5 out of his last 6 starts. 38 total runs they scored during that time frame. Brent Rooker's got 28 homers, 4th in the bigs in RBI. And Kyle McCann's got an on-base percentage in the high 300s. Now, out of Oakland's last 10 gatherings with Chicago, they've hit these White Sox pitchers quite well. The A's averaged 5.9 runs a game during that time frame. Now, injury-wise, Ruiz and Soderstrom are out for Oakland. Give me the A's -1.5, under 8. And with that, folks, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup for the video. It's going to be in that Phillies-Dodgers game. That'll be a 10:10 Eastern first pitch. Now, LA's -130, totals 8 runs. Tyler Glass now for the Dodgers, Aaron Nola for Philadelphia. And of course, both lineups with the ability to pound the baseball. Phillies in the top 5 in the National League in hits per game. Now, LA's a top 5 run-producing team in the bigs. Now, 7 out of the Dodgers' last 10 ball games did get over the total. Meanwhile, Philly went 60% to the over in their last 10. Give me the over 8 runs. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Mets -110, over 8.5. I like the over 8.5 in the Arizona-Cleveland game. I'm hitting at 70%. My last 10 board member picks on my premium site. Cincinnati Reds -145. Giants -1.5, under 9. No free pick in the Astros-Rangers game. Twins $1.20, over 8. KC -130. Oakland -1.5, under 8. Give me the over 8 in the Phillies-Dodgers game. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium site. Now, if you do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. As an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. But most importantly, folks, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium site at patreon.com/BrockPage.